in today's lesson we're going to be rounding decimals to the nearest whole number. Here's your mental starter, pause the film when you're ready and then check your answers. Okay, something to get you going, thinking about decimals. Can you place the missing decimals on the number line? You've got your whole number there, 2.0 or 2 to help you. So we're counting up in decimals in tenths, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, 1.8, 1.92 and continuing on in tenths. In today's lesson though, we're thinking about how to round decimals to the nearest whole number. So we've got our whole numbers either side. We've got 1 whole and we've got 2. And then 1.5 cuts it midway. So the first thing I'm being asked is which of these decimals is closest to 1? Well, here's 1.2, and if I was to count on in tenths, 1, 1.1, 1.2, I can see that 1.2 is closer to 1. 1.7, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7. Because 1.7 is this side after 1.5, we're going to round it up to 2. It's closer to 2 than it is to 1. 1.6 is also on this side, so it's going to be closer to 2. 1.4, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. 1.4 comes before 1.5, so it's closer to 1. And 1.3 comes before 1.5, so it's closer to 1. Which of these decimals is closest to 4? Which is closest to 5? Now, rather than writing them all out on the number line, I'm going to start thinking about the pattern we've noticed that if it comes before 4.5, we're going to round it down to 4. If it comes after 4.5, we're going to round it up to 5. So 4.8, it comes after 4.5, so we round it up to 5. It's going to be closer to 5. 4.2 comes before 4.5, so we round it down to 4. 4.5 is midway. And when we've been rounding numbers before, we've learnt that anything that's midway, 5 and above, we round it up. So it's closer to 5. We round it up to 5. 4.6 comes after, we round it up to 5, and 4.3 comes before, so we round it down to 4. Here's one for you to have a go at, so pause the clip when you're ready, and then check your answers. 8.5, we'd round it up to 9, 8.3, round down, 8.4, round down, 8.1, round down, and 8.6, round up. Fill in the decimal number line with the missing whole number and the decimals which round up to it. So here's my whole number 5. It's counting up in tenths, so I know that this has got to be 6. Now it asks us to identify the decimals that are missing that would be rounded up to 6. Here's 5.5. 5.5 would be rounded up to 6. 5.7 and 5.9. Anything from 5.5 and above would be rounded up to 6. Fill in the number line with the missing whole number and the decimals which round down to it. Do take care to check rounding up or rounding down. Here's my whole number 9. We're counting up in tenths, so I know this is going to be 8. 8, 8.1, 8.2, and 8.2 is closer to 8, so we can see it rounds down. 8.3 would also round down to 8. Here's one for you to have a go at. Fill in the missing whole number and the decimals which round down to it. Pause the clip when you're ready. So here's my whole number 5. 5.2 would round down to 5 and 5.3 would round down to 5. Do the decimals round up or down? Which whole number do they round to? 4.6. Now this is where the rhyme that we have been using before when we've rounded might help you. We're rounding to the nearest whole number, and the rule says underline the digit and look next door. If it's 5 or greater, add 1 more. So my 6 is telling me it's going to round up to 5. And you can see 4.6 is closer to 5. So it would round up to 5. 4.9, the 9 tells me to round up. 4.1, the 1 tells me to round down. 4.5, the 5 tells me to round up. And 4.4, the 4 tells me to round down. Do they round up or down? You have a go, pause the clip. The 2 tells me to round down. The 9 tells me to round up. The 3 tells me to round down. The 5 tells me to round up. And the 8 tells me to round up. Okay, your go. Do the decimals round up or down. Here's your whole numbers, 11 and 12. Pause the clip when you're ready. 11.1 rounds down, rounds up. Remember, it's the tenth digit that's telling us whether it's going to round up or down. 11.5 rounds up, rounds down, rounds up. Fill in the gaps using these decimals and whole numbers. Something rounds up to something. So I need to be a little bit careful and have a look. I'm going to actually just look at the decimal numbers first of all. 6.4, well I know that's not going to round up. So it needs to be in this one here. It's going to round down to 6. 6.5, the 5 tells me to round up, so I'm going to put it here because it says rounds up. 6.5 will round up to 7. And 8.8, the 8 tells me to round up to 9. Right, your turn now. You're ready to have a go at the task. It's the rounding decimals activity sheet. Don't forget to mark it when you've finished and have a go at a reflection shape.